So, we couldn't do the in-person meetings for a couple of years because of the COVID pandemic. So last year meeting was the first one after the in-person meeting after pandemic, and we had quite a big number of participants in San Francisco, and ISCT first launched a roundtable sessions. Okay, and we thought it was successful, and this year we increased the number of roundtable sessions. So instead, the lecture style, the presentations decreased. It's a bit of a difference. So in this sense, the roundtable discussions, not just the presentation, could be very useful and helpful for the audience to listen to the different opinions and some debates in the sense. So it helps, but still it's we do have just a limited time span to deal with very complicated topics, and we cannot actually make any conclusion at a time, right? It's going to be a very good chance to learn about the cell and gene therapies, what they are thinking about, what they are trying to do in the field, particularly in the US and in the EU. And also there are many topics, sessions raised by Asia, the committee. So there are many discussions talking about Asia as well. So in this meeting, we are dealing with those topics a lot as well.
So now the therapy is not only stem cells, but also now gene therapy. Are there any stem cell products that have been authorized for commercialization?
There are some mesenchymal stem cell products approved in some countries, including Korea, but there's no product approved in the US yet.
How would you like to see the opportunity of cell and gene therapy, either in present or future commercialization?
Cell and gene therapy is definitely a future medicines, but still at the early stage, and we need some more space to be improved. So they are not that weak. They are working a lot on the inducible pluripotent stem cells, right? So they get to know more about it. But anyway, come back to the Asian countries. We are actually a situation to catch up with the cutting-edge technologies in the field. Particularly with the autologous somatic cells or adult stem cells. Like Japan allows the using mesenchymal stem cells just like a medical treatment. So they don't request a commercial regulation process for using autologous mesenchymal stem cells to treat some disease. And Taiwan adopted a bit separate pathway to allow for some pre-approved therapies being used like a medical treatment. So they don't request clinical trials. So there are some different voices, but in the Western countries are claiming about those approaches.
What are your opinions about cell and gene therapy development in Asia?
As I told you, the cell and gene therapies are definitely a future medicine. Still at the early stage, and there are many hurdles in front. But I believe it's going to be a sort of popular and sort of in the mainstream or the medicinal industry and clinical use as well in the future. I'm not exactly on the side, but there are some voices like that. And anyway, it depends on the from country to country of their own decision. Like there's already those countries like Japan and Taiwan adopted a bit different pathways. So there could be more chance for Asian countries following of the Western countries to have some their own space. So I think it's important to understand the current status of the cell and gene therapy trends and the situation, I mean, and do action to build up each of our own the market. Okay.
So this our obstacles actually in our country that until now mesenchymal stem cell and secretome or EV can be used only for personalized acting that it's a limited distribution or delivering to only for some clinicians.
Okay, I see.
Because FDA, Indonesian FDA ordered that every product should be has registered to industrial pharmacy. I think still a big gap.
Yes,
because,
right. Yeah.
Because pharmaceutical industry should have a standardization. And then, like you say, then sometimes it's difficult to be standardized.
Yes, I agree. It's very important to set up the criteria to quality control the therapeutics, even when we use it like a medical treatment. We need some regulations on the manufacturing, the process, and the quality control of the therapy.